So how's your week been? Busy? Productive? I actually don't like using the word busy at all, or even productivity. Now, being productive is something else, but using productivity tools to be able to make you less busy, I think is kind of counterintuitive. I do things, but I'm not busy. People should enjoy their lives rather than being busy, and then having systems in place to actually fix their busyness with productivity apps and things like that. So let's put it this way. You probably work 8 hours a day or 9 hours a day, 8 hours a day. Okay, that's the average, 9 to 5. How many of those hours have been foiled by notifications and distractions and phone calls when when you're focusing on something, you all of a sudden you get a phone call or a tap on the shoulder if you're actually working in an office environment. How many of those hours or those times have created an hour or two or three that haven't made you productive? I see a lot of posts and tweets and videos about people, wearing headphones when they're in an open plan office and so on. I just cannot deal with the fact how they work and what they do. Now, a lot of it has to do with work environments, obviously, to have a nice environment. Luckily, I have a nice office to work in, touch wood. But a lot of people don't. But, remote workers, for instance, wear headphones and go into a cafe or library or something, which is actually great. But the people who get distracted all the time with their notifications on their computer or their phone and so on, there must be a better way, right? So out of the 8 hours, how many of those hours were actually focused work? It's a question. I'd like to know. Put it down below. Because I'm just amazed how, with all the clients that I work with, and I've worked with a lot of clients, it's amazing how many notifications they have. I mean, I'm having a meeting with somebody. They're coming in for help. I'm having a meeting with them. And all of a sudden they get a call, and then our meeting stops. I mean, firstly, that's rude. You shouldn't be doing that to anybody. And I hate it when it happens to me. You shouldn't be doing it to anybody. So those kind of distractions you need to fix. I don't know how people work in that kind of environment. So yeah, let me know below how many hours you actually worked, actually focused, and do you think you can actually shave off a lot of hours? I believe you can work probably 4 or 5 hours a day. I don't think you need to work any more than that. 5 is like pushing it, As I said before in my previous videos, there's a running joke that I only work 3 hours a day, which is kind of true to a certain degree. So do you want to work 3 hours a day, or 4 or 5, and have those 3 other hours? That's obviously depending on whether you're traveling to work or not, because that's another 2 hours. So those 3 hours that you could save it per day, what would you do with it? Seriously, what would you do with it? You do a lot with it, I think. Anyway, that's the video for today. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. And remember, keep it simple. Talk to you soon. Ciao.